Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the Deron Harris program. Guess who it is? It's your boy D. And this is episode number 48. Today we are discussing how do you break up with a friend? How do you do that? How do you negotiate that? Somebody that you've been hanging out with. I'm not talking about a romantic friend or a friend with benefit. I'm talking about a regular friend. Like, how do you get to the point where you don't want to be friends with somebody? How do you get there? How do you get to the point where this person that has been like your ride or die or your ace, you no longer care to have a friendship with this person? How do you get there? And not only that, how do you negotiate leaving the friendship? How do you get rid of the friendship? How do you, so to speak, put it away, end it? How do you end the friendship? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about on today's program. And to talk about these things, you first have to understand what friends are, what a friend is, what an actual friend is. Now, the dictionary tells you what a friend is. We think our friends are on Facebook, all kinds of shit, but we can feel what friends are, what a friend is to you, somebody who is a real friend to you. What is a real friend? We have never, especially in current years, we don't really think about that. We are a society now of social media, and the more people that I have to pay attention to me, the better. And we put on these fake fronts in order to attract people to our friend list, and we consider these people our friends, and we covet this friend list, and we covet this thing. All of our followers on social media, I know half the people, if they were to lose their social media, their fucking whole brain would explode because of all the people and the connections and everybody. But in actuality, especially on social media, one thing that people seem to forget, that like me, for instance, on my Facebook, between all my social media platforms, I have probably about 4,000 to 5,000 friends. Like 3,000 to 5,000, like 3,500 to 5,000 friends. But not all these people are my friends. I didn't meet all these people. I haven't touched all these people. And that was when I first started Facebook. That was one of the things that I said that I was going to do, that I actually got away from, which was everybody that's going to go on my Facebook, I'm going to actually know this person. I want to actually have at least touched this person's hand, shake this person's hand. But it didn't end up like that. It didn't end up like that at all. As a matter of fact, I started promoting for nightclubs, and before you know it, I was friending everybody. I'd meet you for 2 minutes. Oh, get your Facebook friends, and get you for 2 more minutes. Oh, we're Facebook friends and Facebook friends. And now what I have is I have a Facebook full of people that I friended years ago that I no longer know, that no longer know me, that I don't even know how they got on my social media platform, where I met this person, if I've ever met this person. I just have so many people on my social media platform that aren't really even my friends. Some people I don't even recognize. People that were mutual friends of another friend that's barely a friend. It's crazy. So that's what a lot of us are looking at now, because the majority of us don't know everybody. Especially in this day and age of social media, a lot of us don't know a lot of the people that we're friends with. We're just looking for followers. I see people with 75,000 followers, or 2 Facebook pages with 5,000 friends each. And man, if you know 10,000 people, you're the man. Because I'll tell you what, my circle is relatively small. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of people that I call my friends. And the people that I do call my friends, they've been my friends for years and will probably be my friends for the rest of my life. But there are some exceptions. There are some times where these things don't work out. Friendships don't work out. People that have been friends for years, all of a sudden they don't fuck with each other no more for various reasons. Business, there's all kinds of reasons. So that's what we're going to look at first is what are the reasons that people unfriend people? What are the reasons that people unfriend people? Well, there's quite a bit of them. I know people who have unfriended people because of jealousy. You're jealous of this person. Maybe they're more attractive than you, or maybe they get more girls than you or more guys than you, and you hate on this person all the time, and all of a sudden you're talking bad about this person that was once your friend, and all of a sudden it's out in the street that you're talking bad about this person, and now you want to fight this motherfucker. And you guys were just friends, but it was jealousy that ended the friendship. And in that, the person that has the jealousy needs to learn, if you're going to be friends with this person, then all of that stuff needs to go out of the window. I am not jealous of any of my friends and anything that they have. As a matter of fact, I'm the opposite. I'm extremely proud of my friends and everything that they've accomplished and everything that they have, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm very proud of all my friends. And all my friends, they range from young to old, fat to skinny, straight to gay, black, white. I have friends from every facet in life. You know what I'm saying? Some wrapped up in the same person. But I have friends that I call my real and my true, hard, lifelong ride or die friends. You know, I have a few of those. Now, I got some people that I call my friend, you know, that's just my homeboy right there. That's my dog right there. But my friends, people that, my best friend, right? The guy that I mention every week on my show, Jesse Yandel. He was on the show, I believe, a couple weeks ago, Jesse Yandel. And that's my best friend in the whole world. And he's been my friend for over 30 years. I have another friend just like that. And we're always going to be friends to the point where we've all transcended from friends into family. These guys are my brothers. These guys really are my brothers. Jay in particular, though. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I will always consider this person to be my absolute very best friend in the whole world. Because no matter what it is that I've ever needed in my life, especially if it was something that was important, that person has always been there for me with either some sort of advice that I could actually tangibly use, genuine concern. He was always genuinely concerned. He always tried to help me work out whatever it was, no matter where he was on the planet, no matter where I was on the planet. No matter how I was feeling, if I'm feeling down, I can call this person and, man, I can talk to this guy for 10 minutes and be in a different state of mind. But we can also have disagreements. We've also had, very, very serious disagreements. But our friendship never wavered. Not for 1 minute. We've always maintained this friendship since we were 17 and 18 and 19. We've always had this strong bond. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you one couple of things that we actually did for each other. This is what friends do, and this is what friends do for each other. After 9/11, I moved. I moved to Florida. Me and a girlfriend that I was with at the time, I moved to Florida. We packed our little car, and we started driving from New York to Florida. We were driving to Lake City, Florida. Well, when we got to Lake City, South Carolina, our transmission fell out of the car. Our transmission shit the bed. So we were 5 hours. We were in Lake City, South Carolina, and 5 hours away from Lake City, Florida. It was New Year's Eve. And my best friend, he was at home with his family, and he was expecting us, and we were going to have a great New Year's Eve, and we were going to be there at a decent time, and we were 5 hours away and broke down. And I called him up, and I said, "Hey, man, I'm in Lake City." He was like, "All right, South Carolina." My transmission fell out of the car. He said, "Oh, yeah?" I said, "Yeah, we're stuck. We're stranded." He said, I'll call you right back. He called me back literally in 3 minutes, about 3 minutes. Yeah, about good 3-4 minutes. And he said, I'll see you in 5 hours. And in 5 hours, he was there. Exactly. 5 hours. He was there. This is before everybody had cell phones regularly. Before a cell phone was a regular thing where you might have one, but not everybody did have one. And I don't think he had one, but we managed to correspond. I think this is when MapQuest was a thing because we were out in the woods. We had managed to get our car towed to a place in the woods where there was a guy who would fix the transmission. He towed it to his shop, but he would fix it. But it would cost us some money. But anyway, my point is that my friend's wife was upset that he left on New Year's Eve. And he told his wife, he said, I'll be back before midnight. And he jumped in the car and he came to Lake City, South Carolina. We were there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. He was there for 10 minutes, took the stuff out of our car, put it in his car, jumped back in his car, and drove 5 hours to Lake City, Florida. And we got there at 11:58 p.m. So we were effectively back out of the car, standing in, watching the ball drop in Lake City, Florida at 12 midnight. Because my best friend come to get me because I was stranded 5 hours away in another state. That is a best friend. That is a friend. That is somebody who cares for you. That is what a friend is. Now, on the other shoe, well, I'll set it up like this. I was working one day, and I was at work. Came home from work. I hadn't talked to Jay, I guess, in about a couple weeks, 2 weeks. Hadn't talked to him. And this was before 9/11. And I came home from work, and I'm sitting there for a few minutes, and I started eating, and me and my girlfriend at the time, we were sitting there, and about 20 minutes after I got home, a U-Haul truck pulled up outside of my house, out of the blue. And Jay and two of his kids jump out. And he says, I need you right now, man. I got to move. I said, right now? He said, yeah, right now. I'm living in Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn. And, okay, you got to move right now. Like right now, we don't have any time. So we left, but we were moving him, not from Brooklyn, but from West Virginia to Lake City, Florida. So he came to pick me up at about 8:30 p.m. We drove from Brooklyn to Morgantown. I believe it was Morgantown, West Virginia, somewhere around there. And then we've loaded the house, packed the whole house, drove to Florida, unpacked the whole house, and then he drove me back to Brooklyn and then drove back to Florida. I didn't hesitate. I didn't tell him, man, can you find somebody else? None of that. I said, all right, man, give me 10 minutes. Let me eat my sandwich. Let me smoke this blunt, kiss my girl, and we out of here. And that was it. That's my best friend. And the reason I did that for him is because all throughout our relationship, he's done things like that for me, and I've done things like that for him. And it started, I don't even know how it started. But I know that if that guy ever needed anything from me, I would bend over backwards to provide it for him because he's always done the same for me. And that, my friends, that is a true friend. Now, will there become a day when we won't be friends? I don't know. I don't see that. I really don't. I would be very hurt if our friendship came to an end. But that's the thing about our friendship. We are able to discuss uncomfortable things with each other. We discuss a lot of uncomfortable shit with each other. Sometimes it pertains to each, like the two of us, but other times it pertains to other friends or other things, other events that happen in the world that we disagree on, but we have disagreements. We have arguments. Sometimes we've had knockdown, drag out arguments, but that's my ride or die right there. That's my homie right there. That's my man right there. And if you step to this dude, then you're going to have to step to me too. And that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? If you step to this cat, then just know it's going to be that cat and me whooping your ass, not just that cat. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to my man Jay Yandel, man. I love you, dude. And that's what I'm talking about. That is real, true friendship. Now, there's other reasons that people stop being friends. Dishonesty is another one. Dishonesty is another one. Dishonesty is another one. Some friends are dishonest. Some friends will try to sleep with your woman. Some friends will, tell a lie on you to protect themselves from getting in trouble. That's not a friend. That's your enemy. That's not a friend. You got to learn the difference. Oh, they just got a such and such problem. No, that's your enemy. That's not your friend. What else? Drama kings and queens. People who carry and breed drama. People don't want to be friends. People don't want to be around that shit. People don't really want to be around that shit at all. I mean, and it's very sad. There's another situation. And by the way, these people they're all my friends. But I have some, and they are all friends also. Well, let me say, wow. My other best friend, I have another best friend who shall remain nameless. I have another best friend, and that's the same thing. That's my man right there. That's my brother right there. We've been friends just as long as Jay and I. We've been riding around with the windows down for years and years. And we have another friend, and she is going to also remain nameless. And they were good friends. We were all good friends. Like great friends when we were coming up through school. But over the course of years, some of us lost contact with each other. Like I've never stopped talking to Dave, Jay. I've never stopped talking to Deja. I've never stopped talking to Dave Young. I've never stopped talking to Nicholas Gregory. I've never stopped talking to people that are really my friends. I'll reach out to them every now and then. Hey, what's happening? But, these couple of friends in particular, both of them I didn't talk to for a long time, but not because of anything that was a rift or anything. It's just I lived someplace else. Their lives went this way. My life went this way. But I always maintained some sort of contact with Jay all the time. But these two friends, they were actually friends on their own. And something happened. Something happened to the point where my one friend brought a lot of drama to not only my other friend, but a lot of other people. And as a direct result, began to lose friends. Just began to lose her friends. People wouldn't call her back, or people wouldn't, just don't want to be around her, or embarrassed when she's around, or because of the drama that she creates. Some people are, and she's this type of person. I love her to death, but if something's wrong with me, then 10 things are wrong with her. She's a constant one-upper, always one-upping somebody, always wanting to command everyone's attention. Look at me, I have this problem. Oh, look at me, pay attention to me, me. And it's gotten to the point where, to my other friend, it's become enough. I'm done with it. I don't want to talk to this person anymore, especially if it's going to be about this kind of shit. There was a bunch of shit that went on between them where one thought they were sending these type of signals and they really weren't. And, it just got to be really messy. They tried to go into business with each other, and then one was holding somebody's website. And I was like, listen. And what happened is I ended up in the middle of that because I'm very good friends. I'm still friends with both of them. And I end up in the middle. I don't want to talk to such and such because, man, da-da-da-da, so much drama. Well, such and such and such and such, how is such and such? Listen, what? Why don't you guys talk about it and leave me out of it? Why don't you guys discuss what the issue is and leave me out of it? Because what has happened is both of them have communicated to me what the issues are with each other. But they don't communicate it to each other. Or maybe one did, but one won't accept it. I don't know what the dynamic of it is, but it's gotten to the point where recently my one friend's mother passed away, which we all felt that. That was a tremor in the force right there. That really was. There was a tremor in the force. And we all felt it. And she was wonderful. And she was my third mother. There's my mother, there's my mom, my stepmother, and then there's Mama Rosemary. And I loved her with all my heart, like she was my mama. And she was the mom to a lot of kids. But in this particular instance, when she had passed away, and this happened a month and change ago, the celebration of life was last week. And, immediately I got an invite. Immediately, everybody, and it was just like, it wasn't even, I really didn't even need an invite because it was just assumed that I would be there and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. And I didn't. And I was reached out to several times. Hey, it's the venue changed. Hey, it's the time. Hey, da-da-da-da-da, this changed, so on and so forth. You still coming, right? You're going to be here. Even other friends that were going to be there reached out to me and were like, hey, you're still coming out here. Yeah, I'm coming. And I took my wife out and we went and we celebrated Mama Rosemary's life like we were supposed to. Well, my other friend was not informed, was not invited, but crashed the celebration of life. To which my one friend, who doesn't want to be associated with her anymore, was almost furious, but couldn't be furious because he was around cousins and aunts and uncles and well-wishers and people that wanted to wish his mother well. And our other friend that was there, the only thing she did there on top, well, she did pay her respects, but on top of that, she began to make everything about her and her friendship and her closeness to the family and her and me and me. And then she wanted to force everybody to take a picture, and nobody was really on it like that. And that's the one thing that is the problem with my friend, with their relationship, is my friend is tired of that. She comes to a place and she tries to command all of the attention. She wants everybody's attention. She's got so many things to say and so many stories to tell. And I've been through so much, and people are so tired of hearing that shit, man. They're so tired. And I've even put the governor on and said, listen, if you're going to talk about this, then I don't want to talk about it. Talk about something else. Talk about something that we actually have in common. Both of us are photographers. Talk about photography. Talk about that, but don't talk about this person anymore. Please don't. Because, and I've had to be straightforward. I've had to straight up say, this person doesn't want to talk to you. He doesn't want you around. He doesn't want to go into business with you. He doesn't care what you're going through. I've had to verbally put this out there to this person. I've actually had to say this just like this. I didn't pull any punches, just like it is. I've had to say this to this person. But for some reason, they really don't get the hint. And they continue and they try and they push, poke, and prod instead of giving this person the space that they need because, oh, well, knucklehead, we just, we just have a funny kind of relationship. No, you don't. You don't have a relationship anymore. He does not want to carry on a relationship with you anymore because you bring too much drama. There is a lot of drama. There is a lot. And not for nothing, you bring it to me also, but I'm more adept to deal with it. This person you have frayed off to the end, to the very end. And I'm sorry it's got to be like that, but that's what it is. And the way he went about it, the way he negotiated the breakup, if you will, the breaking up with a friend is he just stopped calling. He just stopped answering. He stopped responding. He just stopped in hopes that she would get the hint. He just quit, and she didn't get it. Oh, I tried to get a hold of such and such, and he didn't. Well, I said such and such and such, and I got him. He doesn't care. She brought a card. Now, I thought this was kind of shitty, though, but at the same time, I kind of almost get it because he's just at a point with her now where nothing matters. She bought a card, for my friend and his brother and gave them both the card. And he just really kind of didn't even want to read it, but read it because he didn't really want to be rude to everybody else that was around because there was a lot of people around. But you could see on his face that he was completely uninterested in this. And not only did that happen when this happened, she effectively, put myself and my friend's brother in a position where we had to almost intervene or intercept or, keep out of range. And I think I got a text message a couple of days later that said, "Oh, we need to have a talk," from my friend, not my friend whose mother's passed, but my other friend who crashed the party, but the seller who crashed the thing. We need to talk. Apparently, there was something said, that I didn't think would come from my best friends, as this person put it. I didn't think this would come from my two best friends. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And straight like that. I mean, really, first, I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm just always going to tell you anyway. But first, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So she was like, something to the effect of, protect me from that, referring to her. Protect me from her. My friend said to me, which I do remember that. And I said, okay, I will. Meaning, I don't want to deal with her. I don't want to be around her. I don't want to talk to her. So please protect me from all of her drama, please. Especially on this day, I don't need it. She's here, can't do nothing about it, but please protect me from that bullshit. And I said, okay. And she was offended by that. But I told her previously, for it's been a long-ass time now, that this person does not want to associate with you anymore, and you are forcing it on this person, trying to intervene and push, poke, and prod your way into this person's life. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But you keep pushing, you keep poking, you keep prodding to the point where this person is like, listen, I just don't want to, please protect me from this person because I don't want to have to snap out at my mother's celebration of life. I don't want to have to do that. So yeah, so I not only inserted my, I don't mind because she's my friend, but also his brother had to take his time away from family to kind of sit there and pacify her also because his brother and her also have a relationship. At one time they were roommates, they're friends, they were roommates. But again, everybody knows that this person comes with so much drama that it's almost hard to be around her. It's hard to be around her, and therefore she loses friends, and she doesn't understand why, and why is this happening to me? And I tell her, and I've told her. So she said to me, oh, you said such and such. I said, listen, I'll tell you in your face. I'll tell you in your face, and in fact, I've told you in your face. You're doing too much. You're super extra with it. You need to calm it down. You need to back off. But it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It just hurts that we were so, close. Well, it's over. It happens. Sometimes that's another thing. People outgrow friendships. People outgrow each other. They just do. Your life went this way, my life went that way. I mean, there's plenty of people that I'm not friends with. I didn't have to say I'm not friends with you, but I'm not friends with anymore because simply the void of time has just, so much time has passed. Now, if I saw this person in the street, hey, what's up? How you doing? But do I consider this person to be my friend? No, not really. I know this person and we were friendly. We've had, back in high school, we were friendly. We were cool, but this person really ain't my friend. This person doesn't even know me anymore. They don't know anything about me. I could have murdered 9 people. So could have he, I don't know. These person aren't our friends. They're just people that we know. You know what I'm saying? That was a crutch phrase. Other people looking outside at friendships have very unique perspective, and I think that sometimes people need to seek that. I mean, is it me? But sometimes, a lot of times, people don't turn the mirror around on themselves. But learn to do that, especially in a friendship, because a friendship is just as fragile sometimes as a romantic relationship or a symbiotic relationship or a brotherly sisterly relationship, sibling relationship. Just as important. So it's important to ask. It's important to get with your friends and say, hey man, am I a good friend? Are you a good friend? Ask yourself that question. Turn the mirror around on yourself. Are you a good friend or are you a narcissistic cocksucker? Are you somebody who always has to have the attention on you? Or are you somebody who's, too shy to talk to anybody or go anywhere? Are you a hater? Do you always hate on your friends and their ideas? Are you a one-upper? Know the traits. Know your traits. Know what you contribute to the relationships that you have. Know what you contribute to these relationships. Do you contribute drama? Do you contribute strength? Do you contribute hate, anger? What do you contribute to this relationship with this person? I have friends that all we do is fucking laugh. And I have friends that all we do is fucking fight. But we are friends because we care about each other and we care about the relationship that we have each other. It's not a frivolous thing. It's not something that we take lightly. It's something that we've cultivated and that we've built. I'll tell you what. I don't want to lose my friends, especially my best friends, man. Them dudes made up who I am. Them dudes made up who I am. And I'm thankful for these people because if I don't mind saying so myself, I'm not a half-bad dude. I think I'm a pretty decent friend. And I command the same from my friends. I got some good friends. I got some decent people on my side, man. And I'm proud of every single one of them and everything that they've accomplished. Wow, I sit here and I think about all the people that I've come through in my life and people that are friends of mine that I met when I were kids that I'm still friends with. I got friends when I was a military brat that live all over the world, and I just reconnected with maybe a few years ago, but I hadn't talked to these guys in years. I was a break dancer out there, and I had lost track of these guys for so long, man. And then Facebook came along, and I was able to reconnect with some people that, man, I had some of the greatest times of my life with. And those people I still do consider to be my friends. And they consider me to be their friends. And we talk and we reminisce and we laugh. And we still have conversation. And we're supportive of each other. And we pray for each other. Those are friends. Not people who just like your shit on social media. They ain't your friends. Not people that you promote to. They not your friends. Not people that you slept with once and, you think you cool with them and they not your friends. They just friends. I'm sorry. They're not your friends. They're just people. They're just people. They're people that you know. They're acquaintances. They're people that you know. Friendship is very important. We have to start treating it like it is important. I'm going to take a minute and go to the bathroom as I do. And when I come back, we are going to conclude. We're going to talk about some social media for a few minutes. You're listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. I'll be right back. Hey, folks, today's program is being brought to you by Your Pleasures Erotic Health and Wellness Boutique. Your Pleasures has a wide variety of adult educational materials, top-notch adult novelties and clothing, real-world dating and relationship advice, and more. Pleasures, that's Your Pleasures, not only focuses on erotic pleasure and satisfaction, we aim to educate people about the health and wellness benefits of intimacy. We are here to prove that sexuality is not naughty, it's necessary. So stop by Your Pleasures, that's UR-Pleasures.com, and see for yourself. That's yourpleasures.com. Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the program. Today we are talking about how to get rid of a friend. Not really get rid of a friend, how to end friendship. And there's a few ways you can do it, but we're going to get into that in a couple of minutes. But right now, we're going to talk about how to tell who your friends are. How to tell, especially on social media, you want to know who your friends are? Go through your Facebook, okay? Go through your Facebook, and this is how I do it, okay? I go through my Facebook on birthdays, and I look at all the people's birthdays. And if I don't know this person's birthday, if I don't know this person, I go into their if I don't know you, that's one red flag that this person isn't really my friend. If I don't really know you, but you're on my profile, I don't know you. I don't know this person. I've never seen. And also for two, any correspondence that I may have had with this person. Is there any correspondence? Hey, thanks for the ad, or, hey, thanks for attending my party, or hey, whatever is there any correspondence between this person and I? No matter what it is, it could be anything. If there's any correspondence with this person at all, and also how long ago was the course? Did you have any correspondence with this person at all? Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, when Facebook first started, when you first got a Facebook page? When is it? That's a very strong indicator that this person may not be your friend. So this is how I do it. This is how I go, and this is how I gain my sanity back. I really kind of know who my circle is. And maybe you can use it. Maybe it's helpful. Maybe you already do it. But if not, this is how I negotiate it. If I don't know it's your birthday, if I don't know your birthday, if I don't know you I unfriend you. If you also, and this is the other side of it, if my birthday comes up, you got about a good week. Yo, D, what's up? Happy birthday, dog. Ba 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 ba. You got a good week. After that, you don't really, you're not my friend. Because my friends, my real friends, would wish me a happy birthday. They really would. Happy birthday, man. And most people, if they have a Facebook that they're active on, they're on Facebook all the time. They're on Facebook all the time, just like the rest of America. They're on Facebook all the time. They're checking their Facebook at least once a day. So they would know that your birthday came up if they were your friends. So you got about a good week to be like, yo, D, my bad. Happy belated, homie. Happy birthday, dog. We got to hook up, man. Even if I haven't seen you in a long time, at least I know where I know you from, how I know you. You know me. You've acknowledged the fact that we've had, you know what I'm saying? It's not, no, wow, it's this person's birthday. I don't even know who the fuck this person is or where I even met this person. Unfriend. Clean your Facebook. Clean it out. Get rid of the people that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I purge my Facebook every so. I get rid of all kind, old girlfriends, all kind of shit. Anything that does not enrich my life now. Anything, gone, goodbye, everything. I don't care who it is or what it was. I don't give a damn. If I haven't had any correspondence with you, I don't care. See, that's somebody on some like, yo, D, what's good, homie? I ain't spoke to you in a minute. That's right. Who is this? Yo, that's right. It's my man Virgil. That's what's up, man. See, that's as I'm talking right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just reaching out. That's my. And I see my man Virgil. We went to high school together, but up in Paterson, New Jersey, and me and him, we played baseball for my dad. And that's my man. You know what I'm saying? Virgil is a friend of mine. And we always gonna be friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Virgil every day. I don't talk to Virgil all the time. But if it's my birthday, rest assured, at least one of the birthday wishes is from this dude right here. It's from that dude right there. You know what I'm saying? I get a birthday gift every year. The one person who gets the pass is Jay. Jay gets the pass because every year he pays for my website. That's my birthday present from him every year. It's just it's GoDaddy, but every year it's and I'm super appreciative for it. And I'm grateful and I thank him very much. And he enjoys doing it. I think it's great, and that's what I'm talking about. Know who your friends are. Go through your social media. If this person hasn't wished you happy birthday, if you didn't wish that person happy birthday, if you glanced right by this person, unfriend that person. Dead ass. If you just was like, okay, it's such and such's birthday, if you don't go through the trouble, if you don't want to go through the trouble to even type out or even voice text happy birthday to this person, don't say, unfriend that person. Unfriend that person. Now, there's friends that sit in the background. You know what I mean? There's a lot of friends that have Facebooks that really don't get on Facebook, that much. But you know that person and that person's friendship. You know what I'm saying? Even it could be a long time you talked to, like some of the friends from San Diego from when I was a military kid. You know what I mean? Talking to them cats was when we was kids. We was kids. And talking to them cats now is just like we was back then. We didn't skip a beat. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where you're always going to be connected. You feel that you are always going to be connected with this person, even if you don't talk to him for a while. I got a friend, as a matter of fact, I feel like I'm being a bad friend now that we're talking about this. I got a friend, LeVar Sprouse, to also know his poetry. I haven't talked to him in a while. I think I'm going to give him a shout here in a little bit because that's my dog right there. He was my next door neighbor for 7 or 8 years, something like that. 7, 8 years. Stuff like this gets you thinking. Who is in your circle? Who is in your corner? Who is there? No matter, and they don't, how do they contribute to your life? How do they enrich your life? How do these people help you shape and mold who you are? How do you, where are these people for you? Who are those people for you? That is how you determine your friends, your lifelong friends. I'm proud to say that I have friends that I've had for over 30 years. I have friends that I've had for over 20 years. I have friends that I've had since I can remember having friends. People that genuinely care. People that want to see you do good. People that uplift you, put you on their shoulders so that you can reach a little bit higher. Those are your friends. Not these superficial people out here in the street. Superficial people get you in trouble real fast. He's, oh man, this motherfucker seems real cool. I'd like to be cool with this, but it really, and I realized that the older that I've got, I have really become more selective in who I associate with, or who I choose to call my friends, or who I choose to let in my circle. Now, do I still let people in my circle? Yes. But you have to be, you got to be on the level that I'm on. You got to be on the same, you got to be that kindred spirit. You got to be one of these people that I know you one of us. You got to move like we do. Because if you don't, It's cool to know you. It's good to meet you. But the likelihood of us becoming friends for any kind of long-term period, is going to be slim to nil. It all depends on how much effort you're willing to put into being a friend. If you ain't there, if you can't be bothered with this person, then you have to start figuring out how to negotiate, a separation. Hey, I think that this friendship, I've had to tell this just like I think this friendship has run its course. I've even told a person, I hope this was worth our friendship. And they said it was. Okay, cool. It's hard to lose a friend. It's hard to go through it. It hurts. You're mad, you're angry, and then you want to know what happened. How did that happen? That used to be my man. Sometimes you talk about people, you tell stories, a good story about somebody that was a friend of yours that now you realize is no longer a friend of yours. It's crazy. Sometimes it can be hurtful. Sometimes it makes you want to reach back out and be like, yo, man, let me stop tripping. Or it reaffirms why you're not friends or why you shouldn't be friends. Friendship is real tricky. It's real tricky. Friendship can be really, really, really tricky, especially if you've dated the person before and have moved on and now other people are in your lives. Shit can be tricky. But people who are genuinely friends, they transcend past that. They transcend past all of that. It becomes a different type of love for that person. It becomes a more brotherly, sisterly type love, even though you've had relations with this person. But how do you negotiate that relationship when you have another person now, or you have somebody else in your life? That's very hard, because I've had to actually say, I can't be friends with you because of this situation. And I've had that told me, I can't be friends with you, Deron, because I've moved on to, and I get that. I understand that. But I'm also friends with people that I've dated that are friends with me and my wife now. But like I said, it was back in high school. I'm 52 years old now. We was high school people, different people, and the same vice versa. There will be these times, these instances where you'll run across people or situations like this, and you have to know how to handle yourself, govern yourself. You have to maintain the trust, but it's healthy to have a curiosity, and it's also healthy to ask questions, but you have to be prepared for the answers. Some of them you may not want to hear, some of them you may not like, but you have to put yourself in the space and time that you're in now and say that you're here now with this and not that. And that's okay. The time that is not okay is when there were unresolved issues in that prior relationship. That's when it's not okay, when you're both pining for each other and there was a huge amount of chemistry for each other. You had a great amount of chemistry, but, one thing and da-da-da-da just didn't line up right, so on and so forth, but you maintained and stayed friends, or wah. And now you're with somebody, but all of a sudden there's still that, because there's still those tingly feelings deep down in there. Oh, wow, there's such and such. Oh, you're single? Oh, da-da-da-da. And if you meet up with that person or run into that person, there are those feelings. There could be those possibilities of feelings. And you have to know how to negotiate and navigate that shit as well, because that is a very telling thing in relationships. And that's happened to me on both sides, where somebody that I was dating ran into somebody that they dated that was unresolved. And as a direct result, I ended up cheating on them. I got cheated on, and that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So you have to definitely negotiate or navigate through these things very carefully, because you don't necessarily want to be accusatory, but and end a good thing, but you also don't want to be naive. So Ask questions, but be very respectful of your person and your relationship. Your relationship. Because that's the relationship that you're in. And just as long as they also are respectful of your relationship and they have put that relationship away and that is gone, they have rest assured. You can rest assured, and there, without a doubt, unequivocally, there is no way then that gets the okay, that gets the seal, that gets the stamp of okay. And only when you come to that agreement. But that's what it is. It's that agreement, because I'm a married person, all right? And I was friends with a lot of the people that I dated previously. But once I got to the point with my wife where I was like, I want this woman to be my wife, all those relationships with all those people, they nullified. All that went away. That went away. Anything that I felt for anybody, all of it melted away. And it was like instantly, because now I'm overgrown with love for this person, and on top of that, my wife is now, she's my new best friend. My wife is my newest best friend. I've known my wife for coming up on 5 years, and she's my motherfucking best friend. That's my dog right there. We had to get there, you know what I mean? But that's what it is. We have a great friendship. And that's what has catapulted us into this great romantic relationship. And I think now we didn't start off as friends. Of course, everybody knows, if you know our story, we met on Tinder, and we're sticking to that, and we're proud of that, because we are what we like to call the Tinder success story. And it's cool that we went through it. It's cool that but here we are now. And on this side of being friends and also being life partners together for the rest of our lives, I can truly and honestly say that we are, and she and I will, she could tell you also, that's my best friend. She's got best friend status. She's got the best friend status, the best of best friends status, and vice versa. And that's a beautiful thing to have, because you share so many more things. You share a richness in a relationship that you don't share with somebody that either A, you're just infatuated with physically, or you really don't connect with physically but mentally, but we connect on so many of those levels because we share a bond of friendship. She's my friend. My wife is my friend. If I need her, she's there. If I need a laugh, she's there. We crack jokes. I mean, it's if I need a scolding, if I need a helping hand, anything, she is there. She bends over backwards for me. She loves me unconditionally. That woman is my friend. She's my friend, and I'm hers. I am her best friend. I'm her biggest fan, and will always be her best friend and biggest fan. I'm going to give it my best shot. And I know that marriage is hard. And I know that marriage is different than having a girlfriend. I also know that it's different than having a platonic friendship, a regular friendship. But inside of marriage, there has to be that. There has to be a part where we get along as friends, as friendly people. We are friendly to each other. You strip down everything. We don't have resentment towards each other. We don't wake up every day with an attitude towards each other. Like, that's how it happens. Sometimes you get with a person and you have a girlfriend or boyfriend that's been going on for a long time. After a while, it just starts to feel like you have disdain for this person, or I really don't want to be around this person. We don't have that. You can't have that when you're married. I mean, you can. And it ends up in divorce. But the object is, and I heard this made such great sense. The object is not to get married to you, but to die married to you. To die married to you is the end goal for my relationship with my wife, is to die married to my best friend. What a great thing. What a great thing. What a great thing. To be with my best friend until the day that I die, and to be surrounded by the people who made me who I am until the day that I die. The good people in my life, the people who share my memories, the memories that make me who I am. the memories who make them who they are, and the parts that I play in all of their lives, how they enriched my life and how I enriched theirs, how I want to continue to enrich their lives and the lives of the people that I come across, and how I want to learn and gain new friends, not just followers and fans or listeners or whatever, but to gain new friends, actual good people, good friends. I'm always open for that. I'm always down for that. Keep up with me, I'll keep up with you. And that's how I've always lived. I try and reach out to my friends ever so often. People fall off the bandwagon. People fall off the wayside. It's okay. Now, I have several friends up in New York that I haven't talked to a long time. Shout out to Dante Nero. Shout out to Nicholas Gregory. Shout out to those people, man. They're excellent people. Shout out to Deja Rains. Shout out to my boys, man. Shout out to my people, man. There's a lot of people that make up Deron Harris that aren't my family, but are my family. And that's what friends are. So, in conclusion, folks, the way you negotiate through breaking up with a friend, if you're going to break up with a friend, you find the meaning that is empowering. Now, I got this from Tony Robbins. This ain't no shit that I came up with. This is one thing that I got from a relationship tape of his that I listened to. But find the meanings. Find the meanings. Go in and look at the meanings. Look at the meanings of not just look at the relationship. Is there any meaning in this relationship? Now, this part for me this is the real part. This is me, not Tony Robbins. But find the meanings in the relationship. Find them. Look deep into your relationship. What do these things mean to you? Are they important to you? If these things are not important to you, then that person is not your friend. You're not that person's friend if it's not important to you. But if you think about that person and it puts a smile on your face, that person is important to you. If you think about something that person did that put a smile on your face, that person was important to you at one time. You were friends. Now, it doesn't mean that it's always going to stay that way. You shared a good time. But if those good times come to an end, we have to learn how to shoulder that up and say, listen, I think that we've come to the end of the road. It was great to know you, but I think that I've matured past our friendship, and I'm sorry. I don't wish you any harm. I wish you all the luck in the world, but I don't think that we can continue because I cannot deal with the issues such as the issues you may have on why you want to break up with this friend. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a coward. Go out with class. Go out with style. Stand up in it. I'm sorry. This is what it is. Our business didn't work out. It affected our friendship. And I just don't think that I could be your friend anymore. Peace. Or, whatever it is. You stole my wife from me. I don't think I could be your friend anymore. I don't think we should be friends because whatever the case, whatever it is, stand up in it. Don't just have some sort of closure. Close that chapter. Close that friendship chapter. And if that other person chooses not to do that, then just know you have to be all right with what they have decided. You don't force yourself into their lives or try to. You're just going to make it worse. Going to make them push you away even further, possibly even hate you. And that's the last thing you want. Because one thing that has happened is I've been friends with a person, and now me and this person are no longer friends. But then out of the blue, this person calls and says, you know what, D? I'm sorry, man. And I've done the same thing. You know what, bruh? My bad, homie. We got a lot of catching up to do. And I'll talk with my friends. So, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Deron Harris Podcast, folks. Tune in next week where I'll be talking about, I don't know. I keep saying that every week. I have no idea what I'll be talking about next week. But I'd like to thank my best friend, Jay Yandel, for helping me with my podcast. I want to thank my wife, As I always do. I put Jay this week because it was about the highlight was on friends. So, but I want to thank my friends. I want to thank all my friends. I want to thank Jay. I want to thank Dave. I want to thank Jesse. I want to thank Nicholas Gregory. I want to thank Deja Rains. I want to. The list goes on. Michael Hines. I just want to thank all my friends for being who they are. And if I didn't say your name, that doesn't mean I love you any less. It just means that, I got some good people in my life. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll dedicate that to all my friends. I'll maybe come up with a podcast, maybe try to have some of my other friends on it. And that's the cool thing. I have friends. The cool thing about friendship is I have friends that I've known. And I've known these people over here, and I've known these people separately, that I've come together with those people that they don't know each other, and now they're friends. And that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. When people that can enrich each other's lives by you bringing them together. That is how you know you picked some good people. That's how you know you picked good people for your life. So I want to thank my friends, man. I want to thank my friends for being friends. I always want to thank my wife and my mother, but I definitely want to thank my friends for this episode. So until next week, folks, I want to thank you for listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. I want to thank all the people who haven't listened, who will listen, all the people who listened and have no longer desired to listen, and the people who are listening and continue to listen. I thank you guys very much. And like I said, man, we can be friends. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Shout me out, everybody. I love y'all. All right? See y'all next week. Peace.